Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about some updates that I'm doing and changes that I'm making, be them temporary or maybe a little bit more permanent. I don't think that any of these changes are going to upset any of you. If they do, I certainly am sorry. I don't want that to be the case at all. But I've been back to BookTube since February, and I had no idea what it was going to be like coming back under a whole different set of circumstances than when I started my channel. And so now I just have a better idea of what I'm capable of doing, what I want to do, and things that I'm not very good at anymore, if I ever was. First and foremost, I want to talk to you about the summer. This is the first summer that I have children. They are currently 9 months old, and I am really looking forward to doing a whole bunch of things with them this summer. Like, we live in Michigan, and we have the benefit of being on the water all the time. And there's so much that me and my husband want to do that I have to warn you that my video filming schedule is probably going to reduce in the summer. I've typically been keeping to a Monday, Thursday upload schedule, and I don't know if that's sustainable through the summer while we're traveling and while we're just generally busier. So I'm dedicated to giving you guys at least one video a week, but don't be surprised if you don't see that second one. I don't see a reason that I can't keep doing or go back to doing 2 videos a week once it's snowing and cold and we basically become shut-ins up here in Michigan. And it's much more likely that I can produce content more frequently in the winter. I apologize if that upsets anybody, but that's just what I foresee happening through this summer. We might as well just get the rest of the maybe bad news out of the way. And I need to tell you about ARCs, how I'm feeling about ARCs these days. What I've come to realize is that I need to back off from requesting ARCs. I have a tendency to see new books coming out. I want to read them. I want to read them for you guys. And what I found is that it's mostly a huge inconvenience and really hard for me to fulfill those obligations. I've mentioned before that a majority of my reading consumption or my book consumption is done on audio through audiobooks these days because it's so hard with twins to get a moment to myself to do even the basic of things, much less reading on a critical level in order to provide an honest opinion to a publisher. So I need to back off from requesting ARCs. Does that mean that you're going to see less new release content on this channel? Maybe. I have been buying more new releases than I ever did in the past, so I can't say it's totally going away. And like I said, I will maybe request or dedicate 1 ARC a month or something. I need to find some rules to govern the way that I manage ARCs because I'm doing bad at it right now, and I need to not be doing bad at that anymore. It's not fair to you guys, to me, or to the publishers that I'm promising things to. So that's that. As far as things that could potentially be bad, those are the only 2 things that I have. So the good news is I've come up with a channel tagline. It finally ties my channel name or grounds my channel name into something to do with books. Like, what is this bee reference? Why? What? The bee thing people are usually confused by. So it just came to me one day, this awesome channel tagline. So it is, if you love the buzz from a good book. And there is my creativity for 2019. I promise you I've probably tapped it out at this point. That's probably all I've got. But I think that it's true to the nature of this channel. It's definitely true of me as a reader. I read because I like the feelings that I get from the books that I choose. And so if you love the buzz from a good book, seems like the perfect summary to me and this booktube channel. And hopefully it's clever and cute and makes people stop going, what is this bee thing? Save the bees, by the way. I'm just saying. Also, I've come up with a couple of new video series that I want to start doing. Again, I may be being way too ambitious, but these are things that that'll help me grow as a reader and as a booktuber, because I find it difficult to be so limited in my reading experience and be on booktube. Subscribers all the time are asking me, have you read this, or have you read that, or what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? And I feel like I read so into this box. Well, the books that I read are completely unrelated and random and don't necessarily have to do with the same subject matter, or they're not always in the same genre. It's still tried and true, the same 2 or 3 genres all the time. And so I wanted to come up with some video series that would actually stretch my arms a little bit, stretch my reading brain. And I've come up with the New to Me series, where I will be reading and exposing myself to things that are definitely new to me. I've already started this out with historical romance. I plan to do it with fantasy. I plan to do it with certain authors. So where I'm reading, 3 books that represent a certain category or a certain author, or they have something in common that I don't have experience with, and then talking about not necessarily the books themselves, but what I think about the category or the genre or the author, and where I see myself, and if I see myself taking part in that again, if those things have a place in my reading life or not. And I'm looking forward to doing that. I also want to do a learning series. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it or reference, or how it's going to be referenced, but a learning series where I definitely read 1 nonfiction book a month that is to do with something that I really want to learn about. So, a certain kind of animal, or a certain kind of photography, or maybe a photographer themselves. Like just a nonfiction book that exposes me to something new that I need to learn, or that I want to learn, or that I'm interested in. And maybe growing my knowledge base and growing as a person at the same time. That would be great. Finally, I do want to talk to you about a little bit of business. So you can now find me on Patreon. A lot of booktubers have been jumping on the Patreon bandwagon lately. I've been on Patreon before in other capacities. My husband and I, we don't have a lot of opportunity for it now, but we used to do a lot of fine art photography. And so I was briefly on Patreon for that endeavor. And now I've just created a BookTube Patreon page with, I think I have 5 tiers. I really should have reviewed that before I started talking about it. But the smallest tier is $1, and it's by no means something that I expect anybody to do. However, I've been having a lot of fun doing the Claim My Unhauled Books. I recently did a contest where the prize was $30 worth of merchandise from the book depository. I'm having a lot of fun doing that, but it's coming at a cost. I think, just to be real and realistic with you, the last Claim My Unhauled Books video that I did, I think it cost about $70 for me to send out all of those books. I am incurring cost, and I'm not complaining about that. That was something that I knew would happen when I started offering you guys my unhauled books. I'm happy to do it. It's a way, God, it's such a relief to get the books off my shelf. But I just want to give you guys a realistic idea of how much I'm actually investing in my own channel. So if anybody has the desire or ability to help invest in my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And I think that I've worked it out and come up with some really good tiers and some really good rewards for joining. Early access to my YouTube videos or exclusive access to videos that I never intend to publish on YouTube. I'm also playing with the idea of some of that exclusive access content being spoilery book reviews instead of just the spoiler-free versions that you get here on YouTube. Also, there's a tier that allows you to have early access to my unhauled books. So I will release the list of available books to my patrons a day or two sooner than I will release the video on YouTube. And the top tier is $24 a month, but that includes a quarterly box with a book and with merchandise related to this channel, bookmarks, mugs, bags, you know, whatever little project I'm into. You know, that's another thing that I do. If you've received any of my bookish mail that I've sent, I also put money into bookmarks with my channel information on them, stickers or labels with my channel, just marketing materials for this. And, you know, is this going to be a big business? No, but I want to present myself in a certain way. I want my name and my channel, and I want to look professional. I want to look like I care about this because I absolutely do. You know, I want things to be pretty, and it's things that I promise I will continue to do whether I get a single patron on Patreon or not. Your support means the world to me. Your interest in the things that I do means the world to me, and I feel like I really managed to connect with some of my subscribers, and it's awesome, and I just want to keep this going. I just want to hold on to this trajectory and this vibe, and so if you're willing, like I said, I'll be eternally grateful to you. If not, that's fine too. If you don't have the means, or you think it's ridiculous that a booktuber would ask for money via Patreon, that's fine. Absolutely no pressure. I'm still going to do the exact same things that I have always been doing. I'm not taking anything off of this channel and making it patron only exclusives at this point. So nothing's going to change. It's just available for anybody who's interested. Thank you so much for understanding and for your support. And I think that that's it. I think that that's what I have to update you on, what I have, you know, going on and whirling around in my head. I hope that these things all make sense and they all seem like good channel changes or good channel updates and and good things to come. Thank you so much for watching today, all the time, whenever. I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you all very soon.